Hello, one and all. This is a quick work area where I'm doing stuff, and you can see the shield generator there. It's been worked on. That bit's resin, that bit's a hard foam, and so I've just put a hard coat varnish, painted that on now so it's kind of shiny at the moment. So I need to get some of the Lahmian medium on it to sort it out. Here's my big bucket of sand. I still need to sort this out because it's just sand. Beach sand, so I need to get some like gravel and like mix that into a compound. But yeah, this is just a real quick and dirty tip on what I do with basing. And some of you out there that don't base your models, if you want to do it in a really quick, effective way, well, if the idea of like having to paint all the basing stuff on and then like get it onto the delicate bits underneath, and oh god, you've got paint under the feet now and you've already just painted the feet, or paint onto something on the underside here, especially with something like, say, an attack bike, and I've been a bit weird and sort of put some other scenery on, a bit of a big old heavy las gun thing there that I've just stuck down ready to paint further, just that they're basically rolling over here. What you could do is you could, depending on what you want the consistency of the ground to be, I've only just used sand here with this particular attack bike, and it still needs to be fully more painted. I mean, it's still in its base coat stage and that. But anyway, yeah, so bit of PVA glue, yeah, spread it on with an old brush, spread it around with the brush, and then obviously, dip it into your sand mix. Maybe drop some onto the model first, and then engulf the whole thing right in there, and sort of leave it to sit for a good 3 minutes or what have you. As I say, I would like really to have that compound improved with 2 different sizes of gravel, so that I randomly get that onto the textures of the base. Because another one that I'm working on right now, you can see some bigger lumps and things going on. I prefer to work with on my basing, but what I can do to save that anyway once that's on, because as I say, that is just sand at the moment, but it's actually rippling, which is interesting, isn't it? But what I can do with that is maybe go on with some Astro Granite or something, just to like paint some on in places, just to create that lumpy texture in places. Right, anyway, the quick way to do the basing, this is the whole point of the video, is just get your sand on, or your sand mix on, yeah, so it's sand. So the one thing about sand is that it's really easy to stain. So I'm not going to do it with this one because it's still wet with PVA glue, but if you take any sort of ink wash, probably something like Nuln Oil or Agrax Earthshade, which I don't have here, and instead of having to worry about painting, you could just use the wash and just get that on. And what it will do is it will stain your colour to give you your base coat colour, and it's quite effectively stains the sand. And then from there, depending on again, which you want, then you could just go on with a small dry brush and carefully start to lift the whole thing up, yeah, with dry brushing. So yeah, that's a really quick way to avoid overlap from your basing paint onto the model. Ravenwing, go!